Let's settle this. Just you and me, brother. The showdown that was always meant to be. Agni Kai!
The long-awaited Agni Kai between Zuko and Azula was the culmination of their sibling rivalry. The tension, the orchestral ensemble, the raw display of emotion all stapled this scene in history as one that will stand the test of time. Let's take a look at the significance of some of the pivotal moments. Firstly, Azula is truly alone both physically and figuratively. Her isolation is palpable. She's banished virtually all of her underlings due to mistrust. There are no family or friends present to witness her coronation. She's still clearly unhappy, despite finally attaining the position she strived so immensely for. Her realization that the crown didn't bring the fulfillment she thought it would was the final nail in the coffin. Azula believed her reasoning was the epitome of perfection, and for a while so did we. Prior to her team's betrayal, we never see her lose. She commanded respect everywhere she set foot. Even when things didn't initially pan out in her favor, she always found a way to level the playing field. She had a plan for everything. That was until the betrayal. This was one of the first times we see her truly being caught off guard. I don't believe it was the betrayal in itself that broke her. It was more so the crack it created in Azula's perception of her reasoning. She described herself as a
people person.
But the fact she didn't see May's betrayal coming threw her off guard. She also believed that fear was the ultimate weapon to make people obey you, which also fell through. If she was wrong about these, what else could she have been wrong about? It created uncertainty in her mind, and as a result, we see her go from calculating and precise to straight up reckless. This transition significantly influences the outcome of the Agni Kai. Hair representation in the series is symbolic, and the creators use it in a variety of ways. It could be used to depict the nation one belongs to, like the hair loops of the Water Tribe women, or the characteristic baldness of Airbenders. It could also depict the passage of time. Aang's hair growth painted a picture of just how long he was knocked out. Azula's hair was always so perfect, which the showrunners used to represent her flawless state of mind. She put an effort to keep it that way.
Almost perfect. One hair out of place.
Almost isn't good enough.
With her further descent into madness, her hair became increasingly disheveled.
There's something off about her. I can't explain it, but she's slipping.
The state of her hair also showed that although she may have excelled at war strategy and combat, she failed at the simpler things girls her age could do. Things like managing her own hair and talking to guys. Azula had always been the better bender. She was the child prodigy and attained new fire-bending feats at exponential rates. But on the night of the Agni Kai, things were not in her favor. Her deteriorating mental health coupled with Zuko's extensive training may have placed her at a disadvantage. One of the things that stood out during their fight was how Zuko had incorporated the bending techniques of the various elements into his bending following the advice of his uncle. There's more about it in this video. But essentially, his uncle teaches him that the separation of the four nations is an illusion, and the most powerful benders are those who are able to learn from the different facets of each element.
It is important to draw wisdom from many different places. If we take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale. Understanding others, the other elements, and the other nations will help you become whole. It is the combination of the four elements in one person that makes the Avatar so powerful. But it can make you more powerful too. You see, the technique I am about to teach you is one I learned by studying the waterbenders.
Learning from other elements isn't the only thing Iroh taught him.
No, power in firebending comes from the breath, not the muscles. The breath becomes energy in the body. The energy extends past your limbs and becomes fire.
Zuko had his breathing under control the entire match. Can't say the same for Azula though. That's one great thing about the series. The characters put into practice what they learn, and the creators show it subtly without outrightly spelling it out for the audience. It creates a sense of realism about the series. The match between Zuko and Azula ends abruptly by Zuko taking a direct lightning strike from Azula to save Katara. I'm not sure she anticipated Zuko jumping in the way. I believe Azula had already accepted defeat. She knew Zuko outmatched her. He could redirect her lightning. But if she was going down, she was going to leave Zuko with a scar by killing Katara. As Azula's attention shifts to Katara, you can feel the change in intensity. What was once a duel between siblings for the throne becomes a life or death battle for Katara. The pacing of the fight shows this. No long speeches about evil plans, just straight up attacks to kill.
I'd really rather our family physician look after little Zuzu if you don't mind.
A lot of fans believe this statement was meant to show that in a twisted sense, Azula still cared about Zuko's well-being. I personally believe she was just being sarcastic. Don't forget she's the same person that said this.
You mean it's not obvious yet? I am about to celebrate becoming an only child!
Throughout the series, we see Katara able to get out of tight situations due to her quick thinking, and her battle with Azula was one of them. Hama teaches Katara to use her environment to her advantage, and that's exactly what she did in this fight. Some fans believe it was plot armor having water available for Katara to use, but do you really think the royal palace wouldn't have a drainage system? In the end, Katara was able to decommission Azula through her skill and wit. Katara thanks Zuko for saving her, and is able to heal his wounds as we watch Azula have a total meltdown. The reaction to this scene is split among the fandom, as some fans truly feel sorry for her during this scene, believing she was merely a victim of her upbringing, while others believed she truly got what she deserved. All in all, the Agni Kai is a cinematic masterpiece that I find myself re-watching often. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single video.